The story begins in a vast and terrifying desert, a place where the boundary between life and death is painfully thin. This land exists for people society has either discarded as useless or declared too dangerous to live among normal humans. On one side of this wasteland lies the comfort zone, a glittering paradise filled with food, clean water, shelter, and luxury. But behind its bright surface hide secrets darker than hell itself. On the other side live those who were abandoned to starvation, people who have lost their humanity and turned into cannibals. With nothing to eat or drink, they kill anyone they encounter and consume them, even if the victim is human. Into this brutal desert, a young woman named Arlen is left behind. Two police officers escort her to the edge of the wasteland and abandon her there, explaining that her crimes are so severe no punishment can contain them. And from this moment forward, the American government holds no responsibility for whatever happens to her. A warning board makes this brutally clear. Arlen carries a piece of paper with only one sentence written on it: find the comfort. Alone, she begins walking through the endless desert, driven only by hope. After hours of wandering, she discovers a crashed car and decides to rest inside it. Exhaustion overwhelms her and she falls asleep without realizing it. Suddenly, strange voices wake her. Armed strangers surround the car, their faces filled with savage hunger. Arlen tries to escape, but it is too late. They capture her and beat her unconscious. When she wakes up, she finds her hands and legs tightly bound inside the wreckage of a crashed airplane. A woman enters, calm and merciless, and without hesitation cuts off Arlen's arms and legs, preparing them as breakfast. These people are cannibals. The unbearable pain causes Arlen to pass out again, while no one shows the slightest concern. We are then shown the entire cannibal family, a large group that obsessively maintains physical strength and keeps humans imprisoned to ensure a constant food supply. Among them is a man named Jason, who lives with his wife and young daughter. The story then shifts to the comfort zone, a place that looks like paradise, overflowing with food, clean water, and pleasure. Meanwhile, Arlen regains consciousness and realizes she is locked in a dark storage room. She hears horrifying screams echoing from above, and in terror, she covers herself with her own waste to make herself undesirable. The next morning, the same woman comes to take her, but disgusted by Arlen's condition, she leaves to fetch water. During that moment, Arlen secretly grabs a metal rod. When the woman returns, Arlen attacks her and kills her. Another captive witnesses this, but cannot scream because his tongue has already been eaten. Arlen steals a skateboard and escapes, riding it across the desert until exhaustion forces her to stop. An old man appears, pushes her onto his trolley, and drags her to the gates of the comfort zone. Because of his age, he has survived in the desert. The comfort zone guards immediately recognize the signs of a cannibal attack and bring Arlen inside, treating her wounds and giving her a prosthetic leg. 5 months pass, and Arlen appears physically stronger but emotionally shattered. Each time she looks in the mirror, her missing limbs remind her of the nightmare she endured. Consumed by revenge, she steals a gun and escapes the comfort zone through a back route. At the same time, Jason's wife Shallon and daughter Kate venture out searching for supplies. Arlen notices them and approaches. When Shallon begs for mercy, Arlen realizes she is a cannibal and coldly reminds her that she too once begged for her life before being mutilated. Without hesitation, Arlen shoots Shallon dead. Kate stands frozen in shock. Feeling pity, Arlen spares the child and takes her back to the comfort zone. Later, Jason discovers Shallon's body discarded in trash and being eaten by birds. Realizing his daughter has been taken, he searches desperately until an old man confirms he has seen Kate, but only after Jason draws his portrait. The word written beneath the sketch reveals the truth: comfort zone. Meanwhile, Arlen takes Kate to a club owned by John, the richest and most powerful man in the comfort zone, a drug lord who also serves as the mayor. Arlen consumes a powerful drug tablet and becomes disoriented. Kate wanders away, and John notices her, taking her inside while no one dares to interfere. Arlen searches for Kate but collapses outside the city. When she wakes up, Jason stands before her holding her prosthetic leg. He threatens her but offers a deal. Arlen must help retrieve Kate from inside the comfort zone. With no choice, she agrees. During their journey, they encounter another cannibal who demands Arlen's leg in exchange for fuel. Jason pretends to abandon her, then kills the cannibal from behind. Later, caught in a sandstorm, they take shelter, and Jason cooks the dead man's arm, eating it and sharing it with Arlen. That night, they open up about their pasts. Jason reveals he crossed the border illegally as a teenager and was trapped here forever, while Arlen confesses she once worked for the NSA and was exiled after betraying her country for love. They begin to form a bond respond, but suddenly a gunshot rings out. Jason is shot, and Comfort Zone soldiers take Arlen back, leaving him behind. Unable to abandon him, Arlen returns and finds Jason's sketchbook filled with drawings of Kate. Overwhelmed by guilt, she vows to save the child. Back in the Comfort Zone, Arlen eventually spots Kate inside John's palace. She infiltrates the building, takes a pregnant woman hostage, and threatens John, forcing him to release Kate. Outside the Comfort Zone, Jason reunites with his daughter. Arlen asks to stay with them despite the danger, and Jason finally accepts her. Kate says she is hungry, and with no other option, Jason cooks her rabbit. Tears stream down Arlen's face as she accepts the cruel reality of this world. The three of them walk into the desert together as a family, fully aware that survival is uncertain, because in this land, anyone can become food at any moment. And with that haunting truth, the story comes to an end.